Hi, let's talk about the movie of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, with a pen and a diary, I may look more intellectual through that. Sorry, it was meant to be a joke, but it didn't land. Even I knew it will not land, but I just wanted to say so. Saying matters. Okay, the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. First of all, the title. Title is not this, but it is brilliante. Brilliant. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The title just sums it up basically what the movie is about. Sorry, I just said wrong. It just doesn't sums it up what is the movie is about. But basically, I don't know. Sorry, I do know. That's why I'm making the video. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You will think like basically. Sorry, let me calm down. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm going to repeat it 10 times again, this name. Okay, there are morally grey characters and there is no binary. Okay, I wanted to say it. Okay, and I said it. It sums it up clearly. Second time I've said this sentence. Basically, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Humans can't be put into a certain sect. The good, the bad, and ugly. The good will not always do good things. The bad will always not do bad things. Maybe it will do. In this movie it does. The ugly will always be doing uglier things, but it won't do bad things. It's a beautiful title. If you just go into that deep hole, it will surround you with that. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The good does do good things, but not always. There are moral choices that are character who is branded as good through the screen on which the letters come, good, and the character picture. He does do morally reprehensible things, like he may cheat and he may bribe and he will shoot, he will kill without any reason. Sorry, in this movie it doesn't do with killing or cheating without any reason. It is very understandable, but it is not always the good in the sense of the stories or in the stories of the Lord of the Rings or the J.R.R. Tolkien. Okay, it always it is always a thin line. Basically, the good and the bad. It just walks like this. Can be when we walk, we put into both of our legs. Sorry, foot. Sometimes say, sometimes right. Right means good. Left means bad. So our character does behave like that only. Okay. Bad. In this movie, a little thing is that the bad character just always do bad things. Just he is like basically there is an aura about him that something evil will happen whenever he's on screen. No matter what happens, he is going to do evil things, whatever happens. You can say that there is a good thing about him is that his character is, just emits aura of badness. Always there is a bad thing whenever he comes. But maybe it is just the writer's choice. It is always a writer's choice, of course. But it feels just bad that the bad person just do bad things. It is not like in anime or any, like most of the famous Japanese cartoon where are just the bad person will always do good things, so you will understand his perspective as well. You do understand the perspective of the bad person, but God, man, director, just for God's sake, like, let him do good things. I want to see him do good things. Ugly. Ugly, the name goes, ugly is not good, ugly isn't bad as well. Okay. On matters on which aspects you look at it. It is very similar to good, even though it does good things, but most of the time it does uglier things. Uglier, which means bad, but it is in the middle. You do properly understand from his perspective why is he doing the bad things. Why sometimes he's just being so stupid. And you do understand from the perspective of the good as well. Okay. The uglier always makes a very like that choice. Hey, trust that person, man. Just wait. Don't step into the don't step the left foot first. Put the right foot first and see. Maybe the life will turn out to be different according to the choices you will make. The ugly makes the choices like this, that you want him to just, trust the person in front or be like that. But you will see the face of the ugly. Why does he always put the left foot first? By the left foot, I mean, why does he always take the bad steps? Why does he always take the morally questioning steps? Because you have seen in the starting of the movie what the good does to the ugly person. Okay, our character who is branded as good by the title, not that his actions or anything does. Okay, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are three characters. I do not remember the name, and I refuse to go and look at it. I just want to, give my own point of view, blurt it out rather than before I see any video essays, read about the movie. I just saw the movie last evening, you can say. Sorry, last evening, yes. After 5 p.m. it is in the evening. Okay, yes. The movie is 2 hours 58 minutes. I don't care about extended version or whatever. I will give my point of view. Okay, just to be clear. I should have made that clear beforehand as well. But I thought that it was a review, so it is self-evident. Okay. 2 hours 58 minutes long. Feels like a damn long. But when the movie starts, from the get-go, it is just a feeling. Even though I like to see the stuff blow up. Sorry. No terrorism here. Okay. I like to see things that are very, what do we say? Very fast, very engaging, very too much movement, too much cuts, and too much this, too much is going on. But the moment the film starts, there is a, what do we say? Music. Music is brilliant. We'll talk about it in aspects because this is not a structured view. This is just I made the notes whenever when I was seeing the movie and felt like just wrote it like this. Okay, music is good. Oh, that scene, that is it. So just like this. So that's why I'm just flirting it out. Okay, music. Wah 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 wah. It likes. It feels very bad. Just type the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the theme or the music. You will seriously love it, man. Like without any lyrics, it looks good, and that's why I feel that without any lyrics, music should be listened. It gives a different kind of a feeling. It gives a different kind of emotion. The music without lyrics feels like you can just mold it into your own flavor. You're sad, wah wah. You'll feel sad. You want to feel positive, wah wah. You feel like a man walking into the desert. Okay, a lone man fighting the nature, the human, everyone. Okay, you'll see that. Fan is turned off because of good noise quality. Okay, whatever. Music. Wah 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 wah. Okay, it is done for. Now the second aspect is too many intense looks and camera on the face. Too many intense looks and camera on the face. When the movie starts, I was really like set back. You feel like you have seen something like this, and you are like, oh. Like there are just too many intense looks, man. The camera is put right into the face. Like I just come here. Hello, how are you? I'm talking like this. Hello, how are you? And seeing the tension is too much tension, and the camera is like this on the face. Like it is just this. This is visible, and I was like, damn, man, just put it behind. But I think that the choice was made by the movie or the artist or the writer. I just don't know. I'm just blurting it out. The choice was made intentionally to give too much tension because we already know that I'm just taking a gun and putting it on a human's head. Already this scene has attention because just the consequences are too much. Losing a life or blowing up the brain and we getting excited. Too much. What do we say? So the basically what did I write? Too many intense looks and a camera on the face. Acting through just being silent. You'll see this point repeated ever again and again. I've talked about how the camera placement was there, and I loved it. I didn't hate it. I just loved it. Okay. Acting through just being silent. Most of the time, the camera is like this. The basically, let's say I'm just putting a gun over someone's head, and he's like, and the camera is like this, and the camera is like this, and you're behaving like this. The acting is just being done on silent most of the times. Like it is just like this, and I think that they are acting through their cheeks. Just the acting felt so good. Maybe I am just too much influenced by the people who say that The Good and the Bad and the Ugly was very good movie. It's a classic. It's a very well versed movie. That's why I'm just giving it too many points. But it really felt like that they were acting through their cheeks. Eyes, we all know everybody acts like. Here, too many expressions that the eyes can behold. But they were acting like the cheeks. And this jawbone as well. Like, okay, like this. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. Next, music and cuts are too sharp. When I'm paid, I always get the job through. Okay, music, we have already talked about. It's just too good. But music is sharp as well. Like, whenever a gun is boom, like this, there is an immediately a cut in the music to another different type of music. Do you understand? Like I'm running, and then I stop. So there is a different kind of melody plays. There is a different kind of rhythm plays. I was looking like I thought that someone was there. Okay, that's what. And the cuts are just too sharp. There was a scene in the starting when there was a family, basically two children, one woman and one man, eating, and the man gets shot and the family has to go out because they know there is going to be a confrontation or something sort of. And they shot the man. When he shot the man, our bad person, and there is the woman is holding something, maybe doing something, and she was holding when the shot happens and he dies. There is a sound of a bullet too quick. There is an immediate cut, and then there is a hand, and it's like this, like it's the thing that she was holding, and she drops. Like it basically feels like like an analogy. Analogy may be a bad thing to say. It feels like something that was in her hand lost her. She lost her at that moment only. Okay, like she had her husband before that bullet had left the barrel, and when the cut happens, when the sound happens of the bullet traveling through the barrel, entering into the person's body, this thing just opens up. When it opens up, it means basically it is falling, and it falls from her hand. She is unable to do anything. She has lost too much of a valuable thing in her life, and she never picks it up. It's simple. Like you have a pen, I have a pen, and I just drop it. I will pick it up because it is a pen. It is a valuable thing. But of course, she knows what is this sound? The sound of a bullet. Okay, and when it is lost, the husband is lost, and she doesn't even care to pick it up. She just runs into the office because they were in the backyard first of all to let the men talk. What do we say? Men talk. Okay. Also, there is a scene when our bad protagonist is there because he's bad, so he kills an innocent person. Okay, he's bad, so he kills innocent people. Our bad character. He kills them. Okay, and There is a dialogue called, "Whenever I'm paid, I get the job through." Just a second, let me pick it up. Okay, it is the best dialogue of this movie because the scene is so intense, like this always. They are acting like this, like movie doing job on and shit, and the tension is too much. When the climax of the scene happens, or the end happens, or the end result happens, we all know when the bad person enters, what's it gonna be like. As it is at the starting, we expect some goodness out of the heart. Okay, there is a dialogue when I'm paid, I always get the job through. The bad person only thinks about himself. When the bad person is paid, he always gets the job through. You will understand it better when you will see the movie. Because the bad person kills the man who paid him to kill another man. Of course he kills him, that's why. He was paid and he got the job through. But he also kills the man who in the first hand paid him. There is a scene as well of $1,000 where the person who's going to get shot by the bad person asks, how much did he paid you? He paid me $500. And the person says that I'll pay you $1,000. I hope it will be enough. And then this dialogue is used, when I'm paid, I always get the job. So I'm not able to explain because you have to just see the scene. If you just see the scene out of your own, like finding the clips on the YouTube, you'll find it interesting enough, captivating enough, because the scene is enough. There is no story required. And that is the brilliance of this movie. Some of the scenes, some of the themes, some of the parts does not require any background knowledge of yours to be, to understand that scene. It is just so good. Okay, just like in Glorious Bastards, that Jew finding scene in the starting, that Hans Landa, you have a Jew and whatever, and the farm of the France farmer. Okay, another point, the connection of the movie's name and then portraying them. I think that I have delved into that. Basically, our character comes, let's say I'm a good person, and then there is a good title after the work I have done. The bad person. Then there is a bad written on the screen, like in the PowerPoint presentation, it is stopped and then it is written bad, and then the ugly. I like this. I think that thinking in 1966 it was done, so it must be good because it feels a little unique. Because in Indian cinema we never see it. Okay, but I just like this point that they did it like this. Whenever first they let you see how our character behaves, and then they write the title on the screen and stop it for a second. Good, bad, ugly. All of them do morally reprehensible choice. It's not a movie where you can be just like you're good always. Okay, another information extraction through from a crippling giving money. Okay, anybody who has played the game Red Dead Redemption 2, I have also played the game. Sometimes there is a scene whenever you give money in the game to the person who is begging, he gives you potions, something that fixes you, that heals you, a medicine or an information. So maybe that scene is copied from this movie, because there is a cripple who gives the information to our character in the starting of the movie, not too much starting, that he wants to extract, and he's always like, okay. First of all, he gives a bait. Hey, do you know the person that you're finding? He may be there. Okay. Oh, the person gets interested and he's like, where? Okay, I don't remember the name. And the character just flicks the coin towards him and he catches it. And okay, Santa the Hill. Okay, where the Santa the Hill is? Then he again flips the coin. So I like this scene. Giving money to a cripple for extracting information. It feels motivating and positive as well, that even a cripple has a use in this world, even though most of the time it feels like he's no useful. He should be just kill himself maybe. Sorry, I'm just being too stupid, too bad, but just wanted to splat it up. Okay, another point. How much basically, instead of paying looting shopkeeper, there is a scene where is our uglier character goes into a shop. Basically, it's a gun shop. It is closed. First of all, he barges in, even though the shop is closed, because the person was just closing it, and he barges in, and he's checking the guns. He's like he's gonna buy. The shopkeeper gets interested as well. That okay, I'm gonna make a big sale because he's checking so goodly. He's actually looking for a good weapon, a quality. Always be paid with a price. Okay, okay. And he asks like to the shopkeeper, how much? Okay, and the shopkeeper is like, for this gun, it is just for $20. He first thought that $20. Then he again asked with a deep voice, how much? And the shopkeeper understands. Okay, he is not asking for the gun, he is asking, how much money do you currently hold? A shopkeeper says, I have $50. Okay, then again he asks, I have $150. Third times he asks, I have $200 only. Okay, he gives it to the character, and the character leaves. Okay, so the scene was very fun. It was basically one of the most funny scenes, okay, in the movie. How much? How much? I'm not asking you how much for the price. I'm gonna anyway take it for free, but I'm gonna take the money from you, even though the situation is quite inappropriate to do this because you're buying stuff. Morals is bad. How much basic? Okay. Whose horse is that? Seems basically tells about art of persuasion. To be tough enough to keep the gun on his head. Moving main trope. If you want information, get an incentive. Okay. Whose horse is that? Scene basically. Okay. There is a hotel. Okay. The army is marching through that, and then in front of the hotel there is a horse standing there. There are two characters who have bad blood between them, and the one character was finding the another character and to kill him or whatever, torture him, and he finds his horse in the movie in front of the hotel, and they barges into the hotel with their man and keep their gun on the head of the shopkeeper, and he's like, whose horse is that? And he's like, I don't know whose horse is that. Too many people travel in hotels, and I can't remember. Of course, it's stupid shit. How can you not remember whose horse is that when there are just a single horse in front of the hotel, which the camera angle shows us, and he's again is like, whose horse is that? So it basically tells you. Basically, I felt like persuading someone, the art of persuasion with a gun on his head. Okay, but even though in times of these, today in times, good times better than those, the art of persuasion is basically more manipulation, more playing dirty tricks and things. But art of persuasion to the gun on his head. A person speaks if you ask a gun on his head. Okay, gives the information. And also there is a movie trope, most of the times in the starting, that if you want to get information out of someone, you incentivize them. Incentive through money. Okay? Through a cripple scene, I think that I've appropriately explained it. So that point I wanted to get out. There were other scenes as well. I think that this scene also sort of serves in that, even though the situation is very different. The incentive is his life. Yeah. Okay. Cigarette smoking, finding location scene. There is a brilliant scene in this. Brilliant. I think that whenever I like the scene, I just say brilliant. The two characters that is having a bad blood in the starting, the other character that is finding him finds him through a cigar basically. The movie is set in in the Civil War area, when the Civil War times of America, okay, American Revolution, around 1850s 60s, okay, when it was happening. Basically in that time there was no houses, there were no that many hotels, motels, okay, okay. So the people who used to travel far away in the desert had to set up a camp, okay, a tent, and people who were traveling will know that there is a burned trees or what do we say, burnt trees, burnt logs of wood. It must have been used for something else, and it was used for something else. Okay, and the person who is finding the other person, and he's setting up a camp in a series. Like first he finds this location. This location includes the cigar of him. Okay, basically the cigar of the man that he smokes. Okay, but there are innumerable men in America in 1815 or 60s. Like not innumerable, but basically there are many people. But many people can set the camp. How does the person finds him? So he goes to the camp. There is a cigarette bud, a cigar bud, whatever you want to call it. The cigarette bud is left there. Okay, so he smokes because with him he has smoked before as well, so he knows the taste of a cigarette or cigar or tobacco. So he takes the bud from the camp, smokes it, and he's like, another camp he goes, another location he finds, then another location he finds. Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, and then he finds him. Because he remembers the taste of the cigarette. I think that these kind of scenes should be used more, like through the sense of taste you are finding someone, not through your genius evil plan or your more strategy. Okay, so I think that this was a very good scene that I wanted to talk about. Okay. This is the most potent weapon of the war: alcohol. Lighting spirit in there. Okay, fighting spirit is in there. There is basically in the middle of the battle are two character lands in there, and they act like sir, I have because the army caught them in the middle, and whenever a war is happening, the army just catches the people who are traveling in the middle or who looks a little suspect person, because they were with guns. Of course, in Malaga you are gonna have a guns in 1860s in the Civil War times. Damn yes, you are a man traveling without a gun. It's like traveling without water in the desert. Okay, so it was this unsafe, and they were caught. They looked like abled men, and their army brought them to the headquarters, just near where the battle is gonna happen, for the bridge, and the general, the colonel, the captain, okay, says, what does he say? Convincing the people, he's not ready to get more volunteers, because he knows that the result of the next battle is going to be a massacre. And when a person knows like this, and maybe he's sick of the war, he's sick of the fighting, he's sick of people seeing dying, too many things. Okay, he says he's holding a bottle of alcohol and he's very drunk. He's drunk, but he hasn't lost his senses. In that way, I wanted to say. Okay, and he's drinking, and he feels like a bottle in his head. He's like, see, the two characters. This is the most potent weapon in the war. Potent weapon, most important weapon in the war. The fighting spirit is in there. What does he mean by that? He tells you that we are fighting just for useless things. Okay, it is not World War II where we are fighting the evil, the Nazi Germany evil. Okay, it is basically we are fighting for useless things. Because every man, every woman, every human fears for their life. Okay, fears for their life. Nobody likes to go to war and get killed. Fears for their life, but still they go to war for stupid things. This scene tells you that basically it is not the gun who motivates us. It is not the looting who motivates us that much. It is the fighting spirit. When we are on the ground, we know that in the next 5 minutes we are going to go at that place and shoot a person, and the person in front, of course, just like us, they want to kill us to win us. And how to do that? Which will support us the most in that aspect? The potent weapon. What potent weapon? The alcohol. The alcohol supports it. Okay, it is a brilliant thing. It should be used more. And these kind of dialogues related to alcohol should be used more. I agree. Another point. They're beginning the daily slaughter right on time, when the artillery is happening. Okay, there is a scene, you may not like it, but I liked it. Basically, our army is there, their army is there. There is a bridge. So there is an artillery happening. Okay, the shells are filing up. The shells are being fired from another person. So the general says, and when the shell just lands near to our characters, like I'm standing here and the shell lands here, so there's going to be huge noise and you're going to be scared because it's just a human thing. Too much noise and too much danger to the life. And they're like this. And but general never flinches. He's like stoic. He's like too much like he has just given up on his life. Okay? And when the shell lands and the character hides, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And they're like, and the general is like, sorry. Oh, they have started the daily slaughter right on time. Okay, so the artillery is happening right on time, like it happens each and every day. I think that I'll just love this dialogue. It's a personal taste. It just got into my head more. Okay, let's talk about another. Eye sharp eyes. Now, sleeping voluntary after eye sharp eyes. When the artillery is happening, so there is a scene when the two armies is there. The two armies are fighting for the capture of the bridge, because whoever captures the bridge, what happens? He captures the logistics, and the war is all about logistics. If you can't supply weapons to your people, not all about logistics. It is a huge part. Like the Indians lost the World War '62 because we had such brilliant logistics arrangement. Okay, and that there is a scene when acting happens through eyes, and the eyes are very sharp like this. Okay, I'm just too much focusing on this, but they have full eyelids. It's not like this. They're acting through their eyes so sharp. It feels like always an attack. It feels like an attack through the night. It feels like, as a person, you are just blustered away. Like the screen is talking to me. The screen is saying something to us. It feels like that. So I just wanted to point it out. Also, the general wish, the general who is on our side, basically the green, the Yankees, the northerners of American part, the two characters have landed into the army of the northerners. Okay. Northerners, the north and the south were fighting in the civil war. You can read or see a video on YouTube about it more better. Okay, they finds it, and the general says, I have a wish that somebody just blows up the bridge. Now, why are two characters are here? The two characters are here because they were on their way to cross the bridge, and while on their way, the Blue Army caught them because the fighting was already happening for the bridge. So the general says, the general with the character of the Yankees army knows that basically the plan is to send the army there, and their army will come even though the artillery is happening. We will fight it out and we'll die, because the orders from the above has been given to take the bridge at any cost. The general is very stoic. He knows that he's going to lose. Because he's a general, he should go in front, but anyway he's a depressed person, so this happens. Okay, sleeping voluntary after the bridge is blown. Now these two people think of a plan, basically, as they have to pass the bridge, and then above, in front of the bridge, there is a cemetery where they will find their treasure. Basically, it's a treasure hunt. Okay, sleeping voluntary after blowing the bridge due to constant firing, artillery. So, first the fighting happens. Okay, general is shot, and general is badly injured. He's on his deathbed. Okay, so our two characters think of a plan. How do we cross that bridge and not get caught by the army of Southerners? So they think of a plan. If we blow the bridge away, because the fighting is happening for the bridge, then both of these armies will go to another place to fight somewhere else. It's a good plan, and they do that similarly. But when they blow that bridge while the fighting is happening, okay, and they surround the bridge poles with the TNT and blow it up. So to blow up the TNT, you can't be closer to them. Okay, you have to be too far. And when they were too far, there was one character who was lying there by his ass, and one character he was lying there to protect himself from the debris. The artillery because of the blowing of the bridge, the artillery kept happening for such a long time from both sides that they just stayed there like this, and the artillery kept happening. Artillery kept happening, and they slept it. So it was a very funny saying for any of the, if you think like that, artillery is happening and you are sleeping. Okay, most of the people or the army passing by will think like they are dead, so they won't even bother to check because of the artillery. The artillery was basically happening, later we get to know, because the other army wanted to evacuate from there, because if the bridge is blown up and everybody can travel to the river, so what is the use anyway? Okay, of fighting over the bridge. So artillery kept happening to show that the aggression was there, and meanwhile they just left, and it happened. Okay, so that's a very good scene, and it's a very extremely funny scene, because a person is lying through his ass, and you feel like, of course this man is gonna be dead if the passing army sees him. He's dead. Okay, because who lays like this, first of all? Okay, tension at fingertips, touching of thumbs, eyes communicating more most of the time than dialogues. Okay, one thing about this movie is that, and at the climax, three people are standing, and then there is a scene of a casual western thing where revolver is pulled and you're like shoots the person. Okay, so the gun holder is there, and the gun holder is there, and you're like this. Okay, so there is too much. The cost is ultimate. The ultimate cost is life for a human. What is more ultimate cost? Some maybe we can explore through other ways, but in this scene, the ultimate cost is life. Okay, he's like this. All of the 3%. All of the camera travels to all of the 3%. To the usual sense. Whenever this film just wants to build the acting, he puts the camera like this. Okay, right in face, and they make their characters act through their eyes, through their this part, or through this part, or through their nose. Maybe I think that they are acting from every part. Their skin is even acting. I think that even in this, it puts it like this, and we are like this. One character, another character, another character. Okay, like this, and then it shows every part like this. Okay, this and this, like this. They are going to pull the candle. Whenever a person whenever each character is just like this, slowly. Each and everybody is looking at them, because all the three of them is for a treasure hunt, and they want to kill each other because they want to get all of the money, and it is the most beneficial thing, right? They're like this. Even this, doing this, even though the gun is there. Let's say the gun is there. Okay, holder is there. Doing this, I just lost my shit at the climax. It's a climax. Okay, I lost my shit. Even doing this, some character do this. One character maybe, like he does this. Like you think that it's an obsession of some shit, but bro, this scene feels like, oh my god, it feels like I am on the deathbed. I'm gonna get shot. I should be looking at it. I think that I'm in the Western revolver shit, or ratatouille, or what do we say, Russian roulette. I'm in this shit. It's like if he touches this holder, he's gonna pull out and shot me. No. The masterful of the script, the masterful directing, the brilliant acting is like this good, because they even do this, and I lost my shit. Because we know when we go, you have to pull out and then bang. Doing this will not lead to anything, but even doing this lost my shit. But whenever the climax happens, it happens. Okay. Second last point, the fashion of the movie. Brilliant. The fashion of the movie is brilliant. Okay, these were the points that I had. I think that I have spoken too much enough. If you like the points, okay, like, share and subscribe maybe. Bye bye.